Hi everyone, welcome to the Power Prophet. I am the Power Prophet, and how are you doing today? I believe it's the day before Thanksgiving, and happy Thanksgiving to you and your families and to your friends, and I'm hopeful that it will be a safe one for everyone and enjoyable and Thanksgiving full of fellowship and gratitude. I welcome you today to this reading. I'm making this reading special for Pisces today. This is a Pisces reading. I'm a Pisces. So, as I was communing with the Universal Life Force, it just came to me to do a reading for Pisces. I fought against it and said, why not just do what I was doing? Because anybody can have these messages. But the messages that don't have like zodiac signs attached to them. But there's something that Pisces need to realize, I guess, at this time and stage in our history and within their walk on this life. And just let me give a preamble of who I am. I am an intuitive universal life force reader. I use the intuition, the messages that are provided to me through my higher powers, and I use the cards to facilitate the message development and delivery to you. I did get a request. I don't use the book interpretations, but I did get a request that people want to know what the interpretation of the cards are for the Angelarium Oracle, which is this one. And they also wanted an interpretation of the Shaman Oracle cards, in addition to my own. They wanted to know what the book said, and then they wanted my interpretation or my intuitive impression along with that. So I did bring the books out. But I usually don't look at the books, but I'm going to try it this way, since it was requested. So, again, Pisces, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're living life the way you should, because you are a dynamic, intuitive, charismatic, and powerful person. I mean, all the zodiac signs rest in you. All of them converge in Pisces house. Pisces is all the signs, which is powerful. But this is for Pisces and rising and moon signs, sun signs as well, rising, moon, sun signs. I'm not an astrology person, so forgive me. I do know there's a rising and a moon sign and a sun sign. So wherever this finds salience for you, Pisces, is where you put it. Look, I started out before I even started, I just drew on a universal life force and pulled a card. This is the card I pulled. And when I first looked at this card, I immediately saw the ancientness of this Olmec carving. It's an Olmec carving, O-L-M-E-C, and it's a symbol of death and rebirth, or rebirth. And there's a doe in front, a deer. And when I saw the deer, I understood this as being an idea of innocence. Like the innocence is going to reconstitute what has been drained, which has been decomposing, which has been around for a long time. It's reconstituting it. This deer represents the innocence of newness. And it also represents the newness of aspirations. Okay? And these are some of the messages I got. This idea of balancing the physical and the spiritual. We talked about balancing yesterday. But this is of the physical world and the spiritual world. There needs to be a balance there. And basically what I got from this card is looking at the innocence. You know, a lot of times innocence can be looked at through eyes that are just filled with baggage, or tears, or just lenses are on the eyes that are just not, you just can't clearly see out of. So this innocence may look like something to be judged or done away with or squelched or muted. But indeed, this is the hope. This is aspirations for the future. This is the idea of keeping your heart open, kind, and loving so the universal life force can flow freely through you. You should not judge the innocence, the aspirations, or no judgment on anyone, because judgments put fences around your life. Now, if you're aspiring towards something, you are actually, you're directing your hopes, your dreams, or your ambitions toward achieving. So in doing so, you have to consider all life choices, right? And you can't start to judge these life choices or begin to question life choices. Your process of aspiring is free flow, as it should be. You consider all of them with no judgments, because the minute you put up judgments, you put up fences around yourself, that you tie yourself down. It interferes with your aspirations. You're not in the moment anymore, and you may miss opportunities, right? Because aspiration is about growth and expansion of oneself. So you have to consider all life choices and remain free flow in your process of aspiring. It's an internal struggle to maintain judgment free while you're trying to grow and expand. It takes conscious effort to do so while you're trying to grow and expand. And also the thing I saw here is that aspirations can be as ephemeral as just like a puff of smoke. It just goes up and it just goes away, right? So you have a hope. You're aspiring toward that hope. And your judgment of your aspirational journey toward realizing that hope, the judgments of the journey, and the judgments of your own hopes, your own desires, can stop you from actually achieving. So there's judgment of things that are external, people, places, and things around you in your process of aspiring. And then there's even those judgments that we put on ourselves, that this doe is reminding us that we can't judge our dreams, our hopes, and the way in which we are programmed to pursue them. There is no one standard way for becoming or being and becoming in this world, Pisces. There are multiple ways, and that fits you because you are free-flowing. You are gifted. You are talented. There are many things that you are good at. Some of these dreams are like puffs of smoke. Like I said, they go up and they go away. But then there are those ambitions. And again, don't judge your ambitions. Don't judge the process. There's nothing wrong with being ambitious. There's nothing wrong with wanting to grow and expand. As a matter of fact, if you're not seeking growth and expansion, you're stagnant. That means you're doing nothing in life. You're wasting. You're wasting your gifts, your talents, your charisma, your multifacetedness. And when you lay judgments on that, you just muted your whole entire being. Your whole entire vibrational life force has been muted in such a way that aspiration is now crippled, corrupt. So aspiration is power. When you aspire, that is power, that's energy, that's something that is being gifted out It's an internal process, but it's gifting out because you're aspiring to do something either, well, one within yourself, maybe balancing this spiritual energy and the physical energy. Maybe you're aspiring to do that. But then there's also, and that's an outward manifestation too, because once you put into balance, get some homeostasis within your own self, that reflects a different type of personality or being to other people and to yourself. And it brings in different opportunities because you are in balance. But if these things are not balanced, and this heads a little off, then some of your aspirations, some of your hopes and your ambitions may be a little skewed. But the main thing here, Pisces, is no judgments. It puts limits on your growth and your expansion. And those limits don't necessarily always have to be judgments that come from you. And I want that to be quite clear. You could have people, places, things around you. I know things can't judge, but they give off a certain energy that tells you something about yourself. But I'm not going to go into all that right now. The thing that is most important is that people judge. So it's not just about you judging yourself. It's about people judging your hopes and your ambitions and your way of getting there. And people think they know what's right for you, Pisces. People always want to tell you what to do because you are very intuitive and you go with your gut and you go with free thinking and free movement most often. If you're a Pisces who's been through a lot of stuff, maybe you're not as free moving. Because you may be digging through some muck and mire in your life that you have to get through in order to find that peace again. But the bottom line, you are free flowing. And people don't like that. People don't understand that. People don't get you, and they may be intimidated by you. Because once you set your mind to achieve something, you pursue it. As long as you're not judging yourself or listening to judgments of others, of how, in fact, you should do something. And how, in fact, you should be in the process of doing something or achieving something. Everybody comes to their life goals through their own way. We first have to go through sometimes listening to people, following advice that is not good, making wrong choices to get to the point where we decide that we are going to do this the way we feel is most authentic, which is one of my favorite words, which is most authentic to yourself, Pisces. And in that authenticity, those hopes and those dreams are very clear. And it's the idea of considering all life choices, not going after all life choices. You consider life choices and which ones. It's like picking and choosing your battle. You pick and choose the life choices that you want to pursue. Marriage, career, family, all those things. To be just a professional single person. To travel, to, I mean, whatever it is that your goal is, what you're aspiring toward. And the thing you also have to remember in this process, Pisces, is that there is a death. Once you begin to aspire towards something, there's a death of something else. Because you can't do everything. Consider all life choices. You can't live all your hopes and dreams. And some Pisces make that mistake of wanting to do everything, and it's impossible. And they get overwhelmed, stressed. And Pisces, you're not people who can get stressed or overwhelmed. Because it's physiologically damaging to anybody. But definitely to Pisces, because we are the tranquil waters of the ocean. Of course we can get angry and storms can come, but we are life. We give life. We are integral. If we are water, signs of the water, then we are life sustaining. And that is something you need to realize in the process of your hopes and your ambitions. So if you are a life sustaining force and you're considering all life choices, you might consider what those choices are that allow you to continue to be life sustaining. Things that can help others, believe it or not. That's just one example of thinking about Piscean power. We have the power. We just need to execute it in such a way that we realize with all authenticity the things that we want out of life. And with all authenticity, our own process for getting them. With no judgments on yourself and not listening to anybody else's judgments if you can. Or putting them on mute. So I'm going to stop there. That was a lot. And I'm going to get into the cards. Now, we talked about aspirations. We talked about death and birth of ideas and being. Aspirations are growth and expansion. Aspiration is powerful. Aspiration is the act of directing one's hope or ambition toward achieving something, so it is powerful. It also relies on timing and readiness, place, and support for your aspirations to come true. So what's the timing? You make your decision. Consider all life choices. You make a choice, whatever that choice is. Is there a timing issue on it? Are you prepared for this that you've been dreaming and wanting to achieve? Are you in the right place? Do you have the right support? These are some things that you need to think about. As you moving along this continuum of life and the aspirations that freely flow through our minds, some of them salient, some of them not. But having the time to balance spirituality and physicality so that you can see what choices are best for you. And then understand your own process of going after them. That is very crucial. I mean, there are some things that are I don't know what I was going to say. I'm trying to think on these cards. Thank you for the message. Thank you. Thank you for the message. Thank you for the message we're about to receive. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is Angelarium of Emanations. Thank you. 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 Can you see all that? Picking a card, 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 picking a card. Thank you, Universal Life Force. Thank you, thank you, thank you in advance. Come on. Yes, thank you. Okay. See, I got the little book here for y'all. Oracle Emanations book. This disturbs me to even pull this out, but it's out. What do you have? Oh, we've got the Angel of Song. Angel of Song. When I went over, there was a vibration over the Angel of Song. It's Raphael. So let's see. It's Raphael. The Herald. The herald that will call the coming of end times. Israfel is a presence, a beacon, a warning. Heated judgment is upon us. The horn that blows the final calls rest against the flesh of Israfel's lips. Even if it is flesh. Raphael is both melody and the cacophony of existence. Songs can be soft and warm, especially when they end. Under the serene score of creation, the danger of total destruction is hidden. Beyond the destruction may be a new beginning. You must consider implications of your actions carefully. Choose your steps wisely as you dance upon the cinder soft earth. All right. It's Raphael, Angel of Song. This being likes to come out in my messages. But Pisces, this being is for you. This interpretation speaks of judgment. That judgment is upon us. Beyond destruction may be new beginnings. Consider implications of your actions wisely. Consider implications of your actions wisely. So if we're talking about aspiration and considering all life choices, consider them wisely. Because some of these life choices could be destructive. Could put you in a situation that is unsupportive. And while Israel of Song, well, not while, she exemplifies all of existence. So this being exemplifies, Pisces, all your life's choices. And while the flame may mean something else in that book, the flame here is just those aspirations that are here within yourself, Pisces. Their energy, their vibrations that go out. But you need to pull them into form, into shape. And create the instrument of your achievement, the process of getting to your achieving. So Angel of Song is considering all her choices considering all of this being, this being is considering all its choices before blowing into that horn. Because that horn is going to activate. And it talked about judgment. There seems to be people standing in judgment over you, Pisces. People that are judging you in ways that are unfair, in ways that cause you to question your own ability to move forward in life. Someone, something, someplace is trying to manipulate you or tear you down. And you are trying to be as steadfast as possible. You have your armor on, but the sun is setting in the background on the Angel of Song. So the sun is setting on this relationship because it is not serving the purpose of you moving forward, of your expansion, of your growth. Consider all life choices. The Angel of Song is all of existence. And that song is not going to sing until things are in its proper place. That song is not going to play. You're not going to be able to realize your aspirations and your hopes, your ambitions. Until that song plays, until that judgment rests in the back and you wrestle yourself away from a situation. Now, this is what I'm getting intuitively. We have to look at some cards to see how else we can expand this message. But the Angel of Song is telling you to be careful. There's danger in growth and expansion if you are not aware of the things that could serve as barriers or interfere with that expansion, with that power. All right, Pisces. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we have. We got a warning. What is this warning telling us exactly? I'm feeling like it's a relationship. I'm feeling like it's something. But maybe that's not what the Universal Life Force has as a message today about a relationship. I don't do love readings. I mean, I can do relationship readings, but I never do love readings. They're just not my cup of tea. But this is not about love, Pisces. This is about you getting from point A to point B and realizing that it's not a straight line. And there will be obstacles and there will be dangers. And even though aspiration and no judgment sounds wonderful, the minute you begin to aspire, the Angel of Song is saying, judgments will begin. Judgments will be hurled at you for believing in yourself, or for wanting to believe in yourself, trying to believe in yourself. For setting out a plan. Sometimes you got to get by yourself, Pisces, and let things do what they need to do. Sometimes you got to step away from the chaos, the shit and piss, excuse my foul language, of other people. And that's what it is. You know, I've been watching Spartacus, okay? I'm a nerd. Yes, I watch Spartacus, but I'm not a nerd. I'm just who I am. And all they say is shit and piss in that movie. And it sounds so relevant when we talk about other people and their junk. They simmer in shit and piss. And they want to put that on you. You know? They want to put it on you. But let's see. What are the cards saying? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my goodness. And on the bottom we have the 6 of Wands. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the 4 of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Moon. We have the 5 of Wands. And we have the Tower. Now, for those of you who've been with me for a while, you know I do not read the cards in order. I don't even know what the order is. They come out, and then I have to piece the puzzle together through communing with the universal life force. Give me a second. In these cards, I sense movement. There's an intuitive spirituality aspect. I sense intense realization. And the card that stands out, of course, is the Tower. The Tower card is your moment. Look at his head, look at her head. The Tower moment is about things being destroyed. Destruction. Angel of Song has hopes and aspirations that need to be identified and placed into a format that is authentically you, Pisces, so that you can find a way to express your hopes and ambitions and set about achieving them. But Pisces, there's definitely something that is going on in your head. Now, the Tower could be anything. It could be relationships. It could be the destruction of a job. It can be starting anew and getting a new home, moving to a new place, just cleaning house. But because the symbolism of the head on both the Angel of Song and the Tower and the fire. One fire is productive. The other fire is productive as well. But I think that fire might be reflective of the judgments, Pisces, that you're going to face and that you're going to have to destroy in order to move forward on your journey in realizing your hopes and ambitions. There's definitely the Four Wands here. There's definitely a understanding or higher realization from you, Pisces, that these things need to be done. That this Tower moment needs to occur. You need to burn those frame of minds, those perceptions of other people are supporting you and they're not. Those perceptions that a situation is good for you when it's not. The perception of things being good for you when they're not. Relationships got to go. There is an understanding from you that these things need to occur. That they're there. That they're impacting you. And then we have the Page of Wands, the King of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the Moon. Pisces, the Moon, this is you. The Moon is reflective of your energy because we see the blue, which is the water. The Moon is controlled by the ocean. There is a connection there. If something happened to our oceans, if something happened to the Moon, the oceans would be out of control. Something happened to the oceans, the moon would be out of control. So Pisces, as a water sign, it behooves you, even though you're going through these transitions, understanding and that in order to reach your aspirations, in order to achieve them, that you're going to have to clean house and make some changes to get on that journey. But at the same time, you have to realize your own power. And there's two individuals here reaching up with their fingers pointing to the moon with the spiritual energy. Balance of the physicality of this world with the spirituality. In balance. Physical, spiritual world. Physical, spiritual world. However you want to look at it. This is you. This is all you. This is all you stand for. The power and the might of the universe. Because you are all 12 houses. Power and the might of water. The energy that evolves from that. Which is monumental, substantive power. That's physical power. And then you have the power of the moon. Which is spiritual power that can guide you through this tower moment. That can give you inspiration and insight for dealing with this. For dealing with this, Pisces, this death, like the Olmec carving that I showed you from the beginning. Dreams of death or rebirth. This is dreams of death of those things that are judging your ability to be and become. And this is your realization of it. Now are you ready to take on the responsibility of doing this? Cleaning house, doing what you have to so you can move on. You have all the power. Now we have the Queen of Pentacles upside down. The Queen of Pentacles is a formidable figure. Full of abundance, resource, love, charity, spiritual, warm, but definitely an abundance of resource. And the card being upside down, I don't know why it came out upside down. Whenever these cards come upside down and I have an oracle of Angelarium oracle in front of me, I believe there's a conversation being had between the oracle and the cards. So the cards are having a conversation with the angel of song. And it's confirming that in your, this is the page is usually young and foolish, that in your foolishness, you may have made some mistakes that challenged your blessings and your abundance. But that you are reclaiming or rebirthing anew, something anew. And the Knight of Wands, something anew. And I believe that this birth anew is going to see the dismissal of some interpersonal relationships. The Knight of Wands has had its day. The Angel of Song is right. The sun has set. The King of Wands is on his head. He's walking away in defeat. So yes, many of these things that you put in place were done when you were a bit immature. But now that you've matured, you understand the things that need to happen for you to move on. And you need to realize your power. Now, I don't know when all this realization is going to come to be. Because I can talk all day and night, Pisces, and it means nothing. This realization has to come from within you. That you've moved from immaturity to maturity. That you realize, or that you need to realize, you have the power to have your tower moment. To release the judgments of this individual or individuals. And you know this, so you can continue on with your aspirational journey, your growth, your expansion. But this has to occur, or has occurred, will occur, or is occurring right now. This dismissal. Get to stepping. Whoever this is, mother, father, sister, brother, boyfriend, partner, husband, whoever. Get to stepping. A group of friends. Get to stepping. If they're not in line with where it is you want to go or what you want to do, this is what has to occur. Like I said, it either is occurring, or it will occur, or it already occurred. And you're already realizing some of your aspirations and putting them into place. So what I want to know a little bit more about, I want to know more about what this tower moment is. I believe the tower moment is about setting yourself straight. I want to know about this tower moment. What is this tower moment? So that's what I want to know. So we're looking at the tower moment here. So we know, you know, things need to change. We know this. So now we want to know, what is it? I'm believing somebody needs to walk off. It's relationships. But let's let the universal life force continue with this conversation, because there may be some more insight that can be gleaned. And for that insight, I'm going to be using the ancient tarot. It's the Ancient Egyptian Tarot by Clive Barrett. Sorry, I had to look behind me. The box is too big to put up here. So we're going to use this to clarify. So I'm saying somebody's stepping off. Oh, and we got the Six of Wands here. Somebody's walking out of a mess. Six of Wands. Six of Cups. Somebody's leaving a mess. Whatever that mess is, I'm not sure. But we're going to find out. What is this tower moment? And see, we got the King of Wands here. Just letting you know that you got this. So what's this tower moment? Sorry, I plodded along with my shuffling so slow. Let's see what we got going on here. Sorry, I already shuffled the cards, but I want to make sure that they're nice and shuffled again, because every moment changes in the universal life force, the vibrations change. So I got to do this, and I don't take cards that fall out. Tower moment. Tower moment. What is this tower moment? Give us some clarity on the tower moment. Tower. Clarify the Tower. Clarify the Tower. Thank you. Thank you. I've been having a hard time shuffling today, and I do not know why. Thank you. 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 Now, what do we have? 4 of Cups. 9 of Cups. Ace of Wands. And we have the 10 of Wands upside down. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Lovers. You're going to find somebody better. You got the 4 Cups, 9 of Cups, you got the Ace of Wands, and you got the 10 of Wands. It looks like right side up. Can you see that? Is that in? Yeah, your Tower moment. You're ducking. You're maneuvering. But it's not all as bad as it seems. These fires are going to go out. You will stamp them out. You have the influence, as we talked about before. The Ace of Wands is about influence. And you have that. You will navigate this Tower moment. And you have a lot to think about because remember we talked about the Page? I think it was the Page of Pentacles that was a little out of control. Well, you've done some damage. If you look at the cups, this person's sitting on the banks of the river or the shore, just drinking like an alcoholic. Now, this person could be drinking the sustaining life force of water, which I believe. But your Tower moment is about a relationship. It's been confirmed. And it's a full-on relationship with children. Not just one child, maybe a few. So, consider all life choices. You have to really, as a Pisces, you have to really consider what the death of this pet tower and the rebirth is for your family. And you're trying to drink up every resource you can. You're trying to get every resource you can to make sense of all this. But you will overcome. You will deal with this situation, Pisces. You will deal with this complex situation. Because sometimes when you have attachments like partners, husbands, significant others, Your ability to grow and expand is dependent. Or maybe the burning of the tower is the idea that you want to have a relationship. But your ambitions and hopes and dreams and goals and achieving is getting in the way. And that needs to be sort of tempered, burnt down. Sacrifice something for your family. But I'm tending toward the other end of what the universal life force is actually putting out there, Pisces, that you're going to have to end something to start something. Period. There is no growth and expansion without death and birth. I'm not saying you got to end your relationship, but something has to change. The angel's song portends danger and judgment. Excuse me for sneezing. My goodness. Portends judgment and danger. And there could be some in negotiating relationships. But I see you navigating through this well. I see you using your resources. I see that you understand that you are an influential individual and that you have certain powers. But you may not know how to utilize those just powers of persuasion, speech, just simple things, soft skills, communicating, that you have extraordinary powers in that area. And you have extraordinary intuitive capabilities as well. So if you can understand how many resources you have innately, it will build your influence in this situation, and it will build your influence in aspiring toward your goals. Okay? So this was a long message. And I think in the end, either the lovers on this card and what I'm seeing after it, there's going to be an end of something, an end of a longing, an end of a relationship, an end of something, because you are in hell with whatever this interpersonal thing is, and you will wind up justice will be served. This relationship has put you here. Judgment, 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 judgment. And you're trying every way to figure out how to deal with this. And this is going to be what will have to happen. The tower will have to fall. You will navigate this quite well because you have all the power and influence that you need. And you will emerge victorious. Because justice is on your side. So I'm sorry if you're in a relationship or in some sort of interpersonal interaction with somebody that has you feeling like you are just trapped. Just trapped. Trying to get out. Just trapped. But there is a release. And that's your tower moment. Figure this out. You can't be aspirational. You can't effectively aspire. You can't grow and expand. You can't direct your hopes and your ambitions when you are dealing with a volatile, not volatile meaning abusive and beating up, but when you're dealing with a situation that has caused you to feel like you can't even move. So the judgment is not what you're placing on yourself. Or you already have judged yourself. That's why you're in this relationship. Because if you judged yourself worthy, you would not be in a relationship where somebody has you feeling less than worthy. But this is also judgment of someone on you, and it is intense. And it's time to stop. You will come out victorious. Justice will be served. But it's time to stop. It's time to get from under this. This is intense. And that's your tower moment. That's what you're seeking to destroy, so you can get on your journey in life. That's where you need to be. Not by yourself, but I'm just saying, realizing, attaining justice, getting your power. This is growth and expansion. Pisces, you got work to do. You got work to do. You definitely have work to do. And you know what? That's okay. Because we all always have work to do on ourselves. But you're not going to be able to realize your true capacity because there is an interpersonal relationship that is holding you back, that has you trapped. You can't aspire. And that's why they're talking about judgments, because you are being judged like unbelievable. And that's why justice came at the end, because you will see justice. You will see a difference. There will be a rebirth either of that relationship, of that interpersonal relationship, or you will be rebirthed in such a way that that relationship will no longer stand for you, or you will no longer stand for that relationship. I'm not saying you guys are going to break up. I'm just saying that things are going to be different. Different how? I think it's going to be over. But that's not the universal life force. But he needs to go away. I don't know if that's for a time or forever. But he needs to be released until he can get his act together, or she, or they, or them. Until that being gets their life together. Right? Right. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to read all these oracle cards because I pull out 3. So, I did do the Angelarium oracle. I read that. Let's see. If I read, I'm only pulling out 1 card. So, what does the universal life force want me to do? These cards are hard to shuffle. Try to bend them to my will. To the will of the universal life force. Universal life force wants me to pull 1 card. That's all I'm pulling. Alright. And whatever that card is, it was jumping off. It was jumping off. What do we got here? The Rainmaker. 42. 6. It's a nice round number. Now let us see. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there's been requests for me to read the interpretations from the books and then provide my own. So, I adhere to the will of my audience. The Rainmaker. The Rainmaker is the master of manifestation, who can call on the elements of nature to serve the greater good. When the power to co-create is used with integrity, great beauty and benefit flow to all. When this power is used for personal gain only, everyone suffers. When the earth is parched, the rainmaker calls the waters from the heaven. All that is dormant in the fields and in people's hearts springs to life again. Isn't that ironic? I'm doing a reading for Pisces and the Rainmaker Oracle comes out at the end. We are a water sign. So the Rainmaker is calling you to create something new from elements that are already in your life. So maybe that is what that walking away or change in that interpersonal relationship is. Something new, a new arrangement, a new type of way of going about it. But it's about what's already in your life. Be sure you work with what is and not with what might be or could have been. Right? Remember I said that you are life-giving? That's already in your life. You are sustenance. You use that. Be sure you work with what is and not with what might be or could have been. And that's judgments. What might be or could be, you're already judging and assuming. The seeds that have been silently germinating in your heart will burst forth ready for the sunlight, those aspirations. Don't hold back. Put all your chips on the next roll in this divine, of the divine dice. So it's saying go for it. Make those life changes, Pisces, and go for your aspirations. Recognize how you are co-creating the world. Nothing happens out in the world without your involvement. Remember, the world is only mirroring back to you the condition of your love and your intent. So show these within before you take any action. Do not take life personally. So it's mirroring back the condition of your love and intent. And right now it's mirroring back something that says you need to make some changes. And that's what the Rainmaker does. The rain cleanses, the rain quenches, the rain is life sustaining as well. So in your Tower moment, the invitation is to create something new. And that deals with aspirations. So the Rainmaker pulls together everything that we've been talking about today. Create something new from the elements that are in your life. So it's a reconfiguring in order to expand and grow. Reconfiguration. Didn't say destroy it. It says just move it around to make it work. So consider all life's choices, your life choices, what is, not what could have been or what was, but what is. All of life choices, consider them. And your dreams will definitely come true. And you will definitely be out of this mess. So I want to thank you for joining me today, Pisces. And I hope this reading was insightful and helpful. We all have things that we need to work on. And I just speak life over everybody that's in the audience right now. That they're realizing the authenticity of their own thoughts and actions and are acting accordingly. Yes. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the time and make sure you stay safe. Goodbye, Pisces.